Rap-A-Lot Baby, a.k.a. the greatest rapper never heard.
Tell us a little bit about who RocStar is.
Ooh, that's a long story, but I'm going to keep it short. Man, be a little bit more specific for me. I don't know where to start.
Let's start off with where are you from
Okay.
and how you got started in the music industry.
Well, I'm from Fifth Ward, Texas. For those out there in the internet world don't know, that's a neighborhood on the north side of Houston. And basically, I got started. I was really born into it. I was like 5. I used to see my aunt Riri and her friends. They dancing, doing all those salt and pepper dances and shit. And I was just mesmerized at that point. So I started writing raps. They say I was writing poetry at 5. So I have been writing poetry since then. And then, of course, I used to break dance. I used to hype up little house parties and stuff like that. Then it just converted into rapping. So ever since then, it's been on. Yeah.
So who were some of the people, I know you just mentioned your aunt, but who else were influences in the music industry?
Just people in general?
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, the city, H-Town for sure. Like, even though we wasn't prominent then, but if I could say like some people I knew, it would be like, man, Jay for one, Jay Prince. So, he's my OG. So, the fact that he believed in the talent in Texas and Houston. So he believed in us when people just didn't think, Houston rappers could even rap.
Right.
So, even though he doesn't rap, he's definitely one of my heroes as far as the music industry. And of course, my goddad Big Chief, he the one who came and approached me about taking rapping seriously. Because even when I was rapping, I wasn't taking it serious. I was too busy I was about hustling. I was like, I'm not tripping on no rapping. Yeah.
So who are some people that you actually worked with? I mean, being a part of Rap-A-Lot, I know you probably had a bunch of people that you've actually done some work with. Who could you say that you actually have done music with?
Oh, I've done music with Scarface, Do or Die. I've actually worked with Con Man. That's what we called him, but y'all know him as Kanye back in the Gap. So we don't have nothing necessarily put out, but I used to go to his studio when I was in Chicago with Chief, so I stayed out there a while. I'm on the same album as Tupac and Face and all those. Face had a double CD called My Homie, so I was humble enough and blessed enough to actually work and be around a bunch of legends. Ice Cube, E40, the list goes on and on. Also on my album now, I got Chucky Trill on there, so I wanted to say rest in peace to my bro Chucky Trill. So so he's definitely on there. He got a smashing verse on there. Yeah.
And I'm sure you brought that to us today, right?
Yes, you already know. You know I did. Yeah.
Is there anybody that you haven't had the opportunity to work with that you would like to?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of artists that I love to work with. J-Dog actually called me the other day, so he had been sick. He supposed to have been on the album, but he was sick, so by the time he got well and got back with me, I was like, man, I'll return the album, but I said, I still want the record, so I said, I'm back there with something else like this, so he's going to lay a verse to a song. But other than that, I mean, I would love to work with a lot of artists, artists who I feel like, I'm on their caliber level, like, Andre 3000, Nas, J. Cole.
Right.
And there's some younger artists too, like I love to fuck with Lil Baby, Just rappers with substance. They gotta have substance. I'm really not,
Right.
Anybody that lacks substance, I use them for a hook or something. No pun intended.
Right.
But I'm gonna use them for where I feel they hold the most value to.
Right.
Yeah.
What advice would you give for, because obviously you've been in the game for a minute. What advice would you give for up-and-coming artists right now?
I could be straight up.
Yeah, definitely.
The first advice is don't quit your goddamn day job. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of rappers got this mentality that they ain't, a rapper ain't supposed to do nothing else. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, because I come from the era where, like, you know, we hustle first. You know what I'm saying? Then we do the rap. And we rap when we get out for. We rap while we hustling if we on the block. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Mo G right here tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know, if it don't make dollars, nothing you do makes sense. So that's the first advice. There's too many broke rappers out here. You know what I'm saying? The second advice is try to be yourself and don't try to follow trends. There's too many rappers. Like, I don't know who the hell who, and it ain't necessarily because I've been in the game. Because hell, I ain't old. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that, you know, like, you know, Bone didn't sound like UGK. UGK didn't sound like Ghetto Boys. Ghetto Boys didn't sound like Thousand Fix. Thousand Fix didn't sound like EPMD. They totally, literally does not have nothing in common with sound. But they were all great artists and great groups, and they did their own thing. So, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's about originality. I'm not trying to sound like nobody else at all. At all. You know, I don't have no interest in it. You know what I mean? Now, if one of my records can relate to another artist, then cool.
Right.
You know? And I'm gonna take that as a compliment. But other than that, I'm not trying to sound like nobody else. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me what it's like. What is a studio session with you like? What does it take for you to get in the studio and just knock it out?
No, you might have to ask that, Steve. Answer that, Steve. What is it like, Steve? I don't know. What you think?
Studio session with RocStar. I mean, man, it's very on point. He gonna make sure everything's on point when you come out the studio. I mean, ad-libs, everything with rock. I mean, verses. I'm talking about beats, or we should add something or take something out. I mean, that's how he is in the studio, though.
Yeah, we're real focused.
Yeah.
Like, I treat it like a job, you know what I mean?
You try to make the best sound possible, you know what I'm saying, that you think is going to, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Get you hear the ears, you know what I'm saying?
So just to get you going, though, well, you know, some people, you know, just being honest, some people go to the studio and they have to smoke before they get going. They have to do different things. So what does it take to get what we need from you?
Well, for me, believe it or not, man, like, cause like I don't smoke no more and I don't drink. You know, I'm 11 years sobriety from marijuana, so nothing against it though. I miss it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know, and then my people smoke. You know what I'm saying? But for me, where I get my energy from is company. Like, it's something about when, like, even if
now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
putting their extra input.
Yeah, I got my singer in there. I got my other rapping buddies in there. I have my family in there, and to be honest, I don't think I make any records alone hardly.
Really?
Yeah, because you know, a lot of people don't know this. Rap stands for reality about people. You know what I mean? And so for me, my music is a reflection of not just my personal experiences, but everybody else. So when it comes to ideas and titles and even hooks, you know, he could think of something. He could think of a hook for a record, and if I like it, it's going down. You know what I mean? So I'm very unselfish with my music as opposed to a lot of people. But I think that's where my edge comes in, and that's what helps me make different music. That's what helps me make songs, original music that don't sound like nobody else, is that I have people come in and, you know, and be like, hey, help me, what you feeling, you know what I mean? Or if I do have the hook, I'd be like, hey, what you got to this, or, you know, or this or that, so, and I give my the ones who I feel are qualified to give me constructive criticism and opinion. You know, Steve might like say, I ain't really feeling that part, change it up, and I do it, you know what I mean? So, yeah, because each set of ears speak for a million fans. So,
Right,
you know,
right.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah. You know what? I haven't heard that one before, but it makes a lot of sense. Let's talk about, before we jump into some music, let's talk about the project.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Well, the name of the album is called Rap a Lot, Baby. It's a lot of power in it. What made me title the album that was Toby downstairs. I got my cousin Toby trying to come up. Yeah. what made me name the album Rap A Lot Baby was, for one, I was at a point in my music career where I felt like, I just wanted to call it quits. You know what I'm saying? Because, one, I felt like the state of music as far as mainstream was not where I wanted, was not the realm that I wanted to cater to.
Right.
And two, I felt like even though my previous material was good material, I'm my own worst critic, so I felt like the shit just wasn't good enough. And so I was like, man, if I'm gonna do another album, the shit gotta be good. Not just, no, not good, great. The shit better be fire. You know, I got on my own ass. I told Fred that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, bro, I gotta come with it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't like a lot of people. They blame it on the end. They blame they lack of success on everything else. Nah, at the end of the day, I held myself accountable.
Right.
And so I decided, I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna set the fucking standard high my damn self, and I'm gonna treat every record like it. And and that's what gave me the motivation to name it Rap A Lot Baby, because I'm like, I've been around greatness all my life, so I don't have no damn excuse. You know what I mean? I've been in the studio with one of the greatest rappers alive. Right. Ever, Scarface. Right. So why the fuck am I not making music that's pushing the momentum? What even if I don't have major promotional budgets, and I just feel like I don't have no excuses, and I'm like, this album I gotta fucking kick the shit out of motherfuckers on this record. So one thing I did was I stopped being humble. I ain't gonna say I stopped being humble. I stopped giving it away, because people don't respect it no more. Right. When you give it away. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, fuck that shit. You know, motherfucker have to earn my humbleness. You know, at least those who are not quick to give it. Right. You know, so I wasn't humble on this record, and when you hear the album, you're gonna hear it like, this dude is really just, I'm talking about record for record. I ain't holding my tongue about shit. I'm going at it, and I'm going at whoever. Not nobody personally, but just as far as in general, as far as the rap game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm attacking on all cylinders. It's a full album.
How many tracks?
13 tracks.
Okay.
Yeah, so, it's going down.
And I know we mentioned Chucky Trill is on there. Any other features?
Yes, I got Chucky Trill on there. Rest in paradise to my brother, man. I love you. And everybody out there, man. Much respect to his wife and his loved ones too. Yeah. I got my brother-in-law Raz on there. Okay. I got a soul singing friend of mine. He's a soul singer. In fact, he just had a show yesterday at House of Blues. Rocked it. My boy Justin Goodo. Go check his album out. It's fucking fire. Who else I got on there? I got my he's like my little brother, but he's my cousin, Be Wrong on there. He's on a couple of tracks on there. He brings me in on the intro. Okay. I got OG Nunu on there from Louisiana. She basically talk a little shit on it. She's at the end. Jay Prince is on a record. Okay. You know what I mean? He's on the beginning of a record. So the song kind of pays homage to him as well. Who else I got on the record? I don't want to forget nobody. Oh, my little cousin 7300. Okay. Yeah, he's hot right now. Like he's creating a buzz. So shout out to 7300, man. He's on the same song with Chucky Trill. Okay. So and he's a hot up and coming artist. He just shot a video. I'm trying to see who else on. I don't want to forget nobody. Oh, Major Riley, the reggae artist. He's on the Smoke record. Yes. Okay. Yes, Major Riley. Shout out to Major Riley. And let me tell you something. He murdered that. He killed it. Yeah, he did his thing on that.
So what are we gonna play first?
I play Get the Bag right now. That's what's popping right now. Like that's the biggest. That song is kind of getting the most attention off the album right now. So yeah, so I gotta go with what the people want.
Let's do it then.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I forgot that door probably locked.
playing it in Atlanta. Yeah, I got a DJ out there. He already got it on rotation.
It ain't no Billy, but the motherfucker's mine. Stop competing with the next man. Stop trying to keep up with the Jetsons. Your first mistake is trying to live up your dreams. You spinning the rain, you claiming just to the train. Stop going up to impress these bitches. Ever search, they're missing. Niggas don't just trick on bitches, they trick on niggas too. Same story, different rapper. What the fuck with you? I'm grinding. No king, my business is what I'm minding. I'm really ballin' and shit, y'all just trying. I came from the hood, I ain't capping, I just make the fucking struggle look good, yeah. I came from the hood, I ain't capping, I just make the fucking struggle look good, yeah. Been on the road, only 20 years.
Appreciate it.
You got to kill a video of that.
Oh yeah. It's a big green room studio on the Southwest. Well, like it's a garage. You drive cars and all that to it. So we'll do like some speed, fast, and furious shit. You feel me? You know what makes sense? 120 on the day. Yeah.